Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game. When we last left off, we beat this game. But we're not done yet. As you can see, comparing to my twin sister's file, I am clearly missing some stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and take care of the rest of this stuff. One of the things we're missing, we couldn't even get to until now. You have to beat the game in order to unlock it. And that would be this building right here. This door wasn't here before, but it's here now, and we'll be going in there in a little bit. Now first, we got some other things to take care of. First things first, does the nurse say different things depending on our farm? Video game heroes are no longer a stereotype, but video game nurses? I don't know. There is Nurse Joy. What else we got here? I love scales and cold blood. It's like flesh music to me. You know, that's an aspect of being a lizard that I hadn't even thought of. What's it like to be cold-blooded? If you're dying, I'll help. That is kind of generic. How about the fishman? Next, please. I knew you would come back for a shot. Yeah, we kind of did have a little trouble with the fishman before. If you're dying, I'll help. That is boring. Is it random out of curiosity? Okay, it is kind of random. So, let's just go ahead and move on. I need this particular transformation anyway. So, in between streams, by the way, I took the time to grind for some money so that I can buy the rest of the game's equipment. I know it's kind of lame of me to do any sort of grinding at all, but at this point in the game, there is no way I'm going to actually be able to afford everything without grinding, so it's better off that I did do some grinding in between streams. First thing we're going to buy is that legendary item that was 5,000 gold. Couldn't afford it before, but now we can. I forget which one it was, but it was right here, inside a hidden door. Legendary shield. Oh, it's actually 5,440. Even more expensive. I'm sure glad I went through the rubble. So we got that one. You know, considering I had to do some grinding anyway, I kind of regret spending so much time trying to use this lucky sword. I probably could have went with the Tasmanian sword or even the legendary sword for most of the time. Instead, I was a little too concerned with getting as much money as I could so that I wouldn't have to do any grinding. Except, I did have to do grinding. A bunch of it. Oh well. So the next shop is going to be right up here at the top of the windmill. I don't know if any of this equipment is going to be as good as our legendary equipment, but it's kind of important that I get everything. I don't consider this a 100% playthrough unless I get everything, so here we are. So we got the crystal sword, crafted out of fashionable red tourmaline. I have no idea what that is. I'm letting it go for nothing. I wouldn't say that. Crystal shield, crafted out of fancy red jasper. I should have charged you more. I'm glad that you didn't. Crystal armor, crafted out of an elegant tangerine quartz. It's part of my personal collection. Well, too bad. It's part of mine now. By the way, as long as I'm in here, I kind of want to bring up a throwback that I'm sure somebody was screaming I haven't pointed out yet. In the retro graphics, because of old translations, we got a message of shopping please. What I love is that they actually went and referenced that. You can see a sign in the middle there saying shopping please. Also, this is kind of a random thing, but I kind of like that this pig is smoking. I'm not a smoker myself. In fact, I kind of hate the smell of cigarette smoke. But if people want to smoke, I don't really have a problem with that. The reason why I'm kind of pointing that out is because it's interesting that that's left in the game. In this modern age when people are kind of, I don't know, people are not terribly happy with smokers. So that sort of thing tends to get edited out. Like, sometimes they'll turn cigarettes into suckers. But I'm kind of glad that they didn't censor that in this game. I'm glad they stayed true to the original. Alright, got 4 arrows. Screw you. So, here we are back in the unknown. I tried this particular level once before, and it did not go terribly well for me. But here I am once again, much better prepared than I was before. I got some great equipment on hand. In fact, before we move even further on, I should make sure that the merman has the best stuff equipped. Because obviously he doesn't. He's got the Tasmanian sword. So the crystal sword has 150 attack. Obviously the legendary sword is best. What about shield? Crystal shield is 115 versus 140 for legendary shield, of course. Crystal armor 75 versus 100. That is almost max defense. That is good. We need it. So here we go through this level again, but I expect things to go much better than they were before. I was severely unprepared the first time I came to this place. And yet despite the trouble I had coming here the first time, that didn't stop me from trying out the other unknowns. Or at least a couple of them. As a reminder, at the end of each unknown is a charm stone. The charm stones have a couple of uses. One thing that they are used for is we need 4 of them so that a shopkeeper will sell us some fancy pants piece of equipment. Hold on a sec, there's a better way of handling this. And in fact, before I move on further, I will get you from here because I know one will spawn behind me. And then you're kind of the bigger issue here because you keep getting knocked down into that hole, which makes it kind of... Oh, right. I can just do this. Never mind. What else do I want to do here? Oh, yeah. The other issue... The other use, rather, of the charm stone, besides buying some piece of equipment, it also allows you to revisit the bosses of the game. Which I won't necessarily be doing that. But I might as well go for it. Alright. I'm gonna want Fireball for you. And now we're making progress. This is as far as I've made it so far. No, it isn't. That's right. That thing kept on hitting me. Knocking me around while I was trying to kill that guy. With my older equipment, those guys took a lot of hits. Oh wow, I was this close to making it to the end of this stage, huh? That totally figures. That is also uncool. Gotta be careful because these springs will also mess you up. Alright, I could just save and quit and wind up respawning back at the village, but I think I want to actually make an effort to get out of this place because with the 2 unknown levels that I successfully got out of, well, I didn't successfully got out of them. I successfully acquired the charm stones that they were holding, but I died on the way out. Thankfully, I still got to keep the charm stones, so at least I had that going for me. In this case, though, I have made it out of here with little issue. Hooray for me. Like I said, little issue. So from here, I'm going to want to do the Birdman's unknown level. Oh, this will be fun to get out of. Well, that wasn't quite as effective as I hoped, but let's do it again. Boy, these crabs are kind of strong. And there we go. All that leaves is a guy over here who I can just use a tornado on, and we're done. Goodbye, Fishman's unknown. Onward to the bird one. Out of curiosity, can I just fly back up from here? Yes, I can. Do I want to? Nah, I'll just take the shortcut. Alright, so, in order to get to the Birdmans, we have to go across the lava fields. Now, flying across the lava fields is a bit of a no-go, because there's going to be some floaty guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to proceed onward as the Lion Man, because, quite honestly, I have not made a whole lot of use of the Lion Man during this adventure. I was supposed to use him during my trip to Danio Castle, but I didn't. I wanted to be a fire-breathing lizard for that trip. At the very least, I did use the Lion Man against the final boss. Still, though, Lion Man deserves some usage, so I'm gonna use it for this trip. I'm taking these guys down pretty quickly at the moment, but that's about to change. No, it's not. I'm thinking of something else. Oh, that's right. I should probably put that back on, which means I'm gonna take them down even faster. More importantly, what I want to do here... Okay, I'm still missing some equipment. Where was the other shops that I missed? Shoot, I can't remember. I'll have to go look for them later. I'm gonna equip the Dragon Mail so that I don't have to be hopping around up there. I can just scooch along down here. Having a shield is so handy. This is definitely easier than it was during my previous trips here. Alright, more tornado time. Ooh, that's handy. So, I know we're wearing lava-resistant armor, but, it doesn't really explain how we're protected from the, lava on the parts of our bodies that isn't covered by armor. But then again, I guess it's magical. That's a good enough reasoning. Okay, from here, I believe I can go ahead and fly the rest of the way. So I'll do that, and off we go. While we're making the way there, let me look over my notes. Oh, by the way, I found out what the situation with the Hades armor is down there. It does, in fact, revive you if you die. But it acts like a potion, in that if you die with it, it disappears. And you need to go and buy another one. Considering the only place to find another one is Danio Castle, I'd prefer not to do that. Anyway, here we are at the next unknown. I think I'll just go ahead and time my way past this first one. But the other two... Tornado. More lightning bolts. That's good because I'm going to want as many lightning bolts as I can carry. Ah, here's a challenge. So, let's see here. We got water, which damages my bird form. And we got those blue ores, which touching them damages you as well. Which means that's probably going to happen. Okay, I need to try to... That'll work. Overall, this one isn't too bad, though. Pretty easy. But it isn't as short as the others. It's a little bit longer than the other challenges. The other unknowns. Oh boy, you know, this controller... This Switch controller, the buttons are pretty close to each other. It's pretty easy to accidentally hit a wrong button there, I've noticed. I don't need to kill you. Yep, this is definitely the longest of the unknown challenges. This is slow but methodical. You know, I will say this. These levels, these challenge levels, they're certainly interesting when you think about it, especially compared to the rest of the game. You can tell that these unknown levels were created years after the original levels. Oh, I need a key. Because some of the original levels are kind of flat and repetitive. There's like repeating set pieces. In the case of Danio Castle, that place was essentially just a series of hallways. These unknown stages have a much more interesting design. Alright, got that. Now comes the fun part. Getting out of here. I know I don't have to kill him, but I'm going to kill him anyway. Get myself an extra key, because why not? I feel like the bird has a lower attack than some of the other forms. That's entirely possible. These wings are meant for flying. So let's fly. Let's... I will say, as interesting as these extra level designs are, it is kind of mean of them to spawn an enemy right at the edge of the screen. But probably was not actually meant to go the long way out. I probably am meant to return to the title screen. But you know, I am up for this challenge. And yes, it is a challenge. Also, I want another attempt at getting through that. And fail. That was not where I wanted to aim. Oh well. And we're about out of here. So let's go ahead and head in here. Not the smartest idea. Oh boy. See, I expected this room to be right on the other side of that door. I was wrong. So, I'm gonna want to head back to the healing person, aren't I? Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I also need to try to remember where the other shops are. Those fragile wings are meant for flying, not fighting. Yep, we have pretty much discovered that for ourselves. Alright, I got the equipment there. Yeah, I'm probably just going to have to look them up. Well, at the very least, I can buy that sword that I have to have 4 charm stones for, so let's go ahead and take care of that for the moment. Wonder how much it is gonna be. I actually don't know. Okay, let's try this again, but better. Well, I guess that was technically better. There we go. So, what you got? The Gallic Sword. I have just enough money for it. Striped, stock up on magical items. Okay. That is a pretty high attack power, by the way. The latest model. Oh, this is the other thing. That's right. I didn't buy the Miramis blade yet. Crap. I need to do a bit of grinding. So how is this Gallic Sword? It is in fact stronger than the legendary sword. That is kind of interesting. And there's also one piece of armor that I'm missing somewhere. So, here's what I'm going to do. We're going to end this for the moment. We're going on break, essentially. So, we will be right back. And when we come back, I'll figure out where the missing piece of armor is located. Do a little bit of grinding before then, and we'll have all the stuff, and we will do the remainders of the unknown.